So how much protein should you consume? There is no like limit of protein, the amount of protein you should consume, but if you're cutting, you have a certain amount of calories. And if you eat a lot of protein, you don't have as much calories left for carbs and fats. Carbs and fats are very, very important for your testosterone levels. That's why it's really stupid to go on a 0% fat diet, because saturated fats mainly are your main drivers of testosterone. That's why keto diets are actually a good thing for a cut, because your body does not need as much carbs, because when you're on a keto diet you should eat a decent amount of veggies and your brain needs carbs, and just around 50 grams is what it needs. So that's not that hard to get in with eating veggies. But if you're on a high protein, low carb, low fat diet, it's gonna work for fat loss. There's no problem with that. Calories in versus calories out is like the main formula of losing fat. If you're gonna spend a lot of calories on protein, which is like 300 or 350 grams of protein a day, which is a lot, you're probably not gonna lose any muscle. Yeah, that's true. You're gonna feel kind of satiated for a while, that's true too, because protein is very, very satisfying. But the problem is that your testosterone will drop really fast, and a lot of other hormones will drop too, because saturated fats and carbs are the really good driver of testosterone, which you don't want your testosterone to drop, because it's really hard and it takes a lot of time to recover from that. Natural bodybuilders that are cutting down for a show, they're getting to ridiculous amounts like 7-8% of body fat, which is really, really low if you're natural. And they do have a lot of problems with testosterone. Their mood changes, their hormones just go crazy. We talked about why you shouldn't go too high in protein, but how much protein should you eat? The general recommendation from Eric Helms, which is a very known guy in the fitness industry, is about 0.7 to 1.3 grams of protein per lean pound of body mass. If you're somewhere in Europe or anywhere where you use the metric system, just multiply your weight in kilograms by 2.2 and you got your weight in pounds. There's still a lot of room to work with. 0.7 to 1.3 grams of protein per lean pound of body mass, that's still a fairly wide range. So on what end do you want to be? Obviously, like I said before, if you're bulking, you don't need as much protein because your muscle is not in danger, your body is not gonna use it up as a fuel source. So just go on the lower end and spend all your calories on carbs and fats, because first off, you're gonna feel amazing. Some people do better on a high carb diet, some people do better on a low carb diet and a high fat diet. Some people cannot eat as much calories, so I would definitely recommend a higher fat diet, because fat has 9 kilocalories per gram of fat and carbs have 4 kilocalories per gram. If you're cutting, you wanna get a bit higher on the protein scale, because first off, protein is very satisfying. So if you're eating a bit more protein when you're in a caloric deficit, it's easier to stick to your macros and your diet. What means a bit higher? Obviously, when you start cutting, your hunger is not gonna destroy your hormones at the beginning, so I wouldn't go as high in protein as I would later on. I would definitely recommend around a gram, like 0.9 grams per lean pound of body mass is a decent amount of protein. When you're cutting, your muscle should not be in danger in any kind of way, and you're gonna feel really satisfied. But when you get deeper into the cut, you obviously have to drop calories every single like 2-3 weeks, maybe month. And I would definitely keep your protein same amount, or even increase it by a little bit. That's what I did. I just increased protein by around 15 grams from 170 to 185, and it helped me a lot with like feeling satisfied when I go to bed.